In this video, we'll be talking about the Big Agnes Tigerwall UL2, the pros, the cons, and ultimately why I'm going to be moving on from it. I also thought it'd be good to take a quick look back at the tents I've used so far and what I've learned from those tents and what might be helpful for you guys going forward when looking for a bike packing tent. So let's get into it. Before we get into anything, I really just want to give a big thanks to all my channel members for sticking around. I know winters can be hard with me for getting content out. I wanted to get a video out on Sunday, but I thought this winter might be different for my mental health, but I am really struggling, guys. So when it's hard to even want to eat and make myself eat, it's really hard to force myself to make a video. So I do apologize. I did say there'd be one out on Sunday, but for full disclosure, it's just I was hoping winter would be different this year, but it seems like it's going to be status quo. So I'm going to make videos, but it's just really hard sometimes. So to all my channel members, thank you for sticking around. I really do appreciate you guys more than you could ever know. Hey guys, as you saw by the title, I came out today to do a little review and talk to you guys about my Big Agnes Tigerwall UL2. I got it at the beginning of this season. Just one thing I want to let you guys know, it is not the bike packing version. The only difference in the bike packing version would be the shorter poles. So I would still have the same issues with that tent as to why I want to move on from this tent. So in all fairness, I kind of knew the things that why I want to replace it might be an issue going in, but I kind of thought I could live with it, but I should know better than that by now. So let's get into it and we'll talk about the reasons why I want to move on from the tent, and I'll just really quick at the end let you guys know what tent I want to replace it with. So, but before we get into that, I got a couple new gadgets I want to show you. One was sent to me by a company to try out, let them know what I think about it, do a video and all that stuff. So just real quick, I just want to show you guys those things. So the first item is the Airbank Pocket Pro 2 mini pump. It's good for Schrader or Presta valve. So far I just got it. I haven't really had a chance to use it that much. What I would like to do is use it repeatedly and then check the PSI with my PSI checker. I have a pretty good one, and just to see how accurate it is. That's really important. If it's off by as much as 5 PSI, which some of them can be, that's a pretty huge deal. So I'm going to put this through its paces. They sent it to me for free. For full disclosure, I did not pay for this. It retails normally for around $60 depending on where you look at it. But I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been able to use it a lot at home because I live with other people, and I'll be honest, my first initial thoughts are it's very noisy, so I'm a little worried about in campgrounds and nature settings and that about using something like this. It's very loud, so I'm not going to get into it right now. But yeah, I will definitely let you guys know my thoughts on this. As you can see, it's very small, so as far as tucking it in and traveling with it, no issues in that regards. And what I do like about it is that you could set it to a preset PSI, turn it on, and then it will shut off when it hits that PSI. So that's really attractive. Getting your PSI kind of dialed in is really nice. You can kind of do the squeeze the tire thing, but with tires like the Bontrager ones and the 2.6s, it can be really hard to tell what the PSI is with the finger squeeze, and that's even for me with 20 years bicycle mechanic experience. So anyways, guys, I will definitely let you guys know my thoughts on this going forward, and if it's a useful piece of kit. So stay tuned for that. All right, and the other thing I got, and this I just purchased, is for coffee. I've been using a French press, and it works good, an MSR one, and it works great, but I'm trying to streamline my setup, get things as compact as possible. And that's why I bought this GSI just pour over, and it seems like it's going to work really well. They make really good products. It's the same make, actually. The French press is a GSI as well, and they work really well. They make really good outdoor products, so I'm really looking forward to it. As you can see, it just collapses right down like that, and then it has a nice cover to go over top it, and you're done. Pack it away and go. So like I said, I'm pretty confident that this will be good. It takes a number 4 filter, and you just pour your coffee over. So I'll let you know my thoughts going forward on it as far as durability and all that stuff, but I believe it came in at around $25 on Amazon. So again, look forward to some reviews on this, and I'll keep it posted. Okay guys, let's talk about the Big Agnes Tigerwall UL2. Right now on their website, it's retailing for, I believe, around $650. And it does have a new fly, and it looks like they may have addressed the issues I have with the fly, which is that it takes forever to dry. But anyways, that is what it's retailing right now, the new version on their website. The version I have, I've seen anywhere from $500 to $550 on Canadian on various websites. But I did get it really cheap, and which is why I didn't get the bikepacking version. I got it for just under $400 from Mountain Equipment Co-op, which is equivalent of REI in Canada, I guess you could say. And really good deal. It's why I didn't get the bikepacking version, because it was bought for me as a gift and I figured it was the right thing to do. The main difference is with the bikepacking version, it comes with what they call short sticks. So they're about 13 inches long and they pack away into bags much easier, and it comes with a different stuff sack for the tent as well. But other than that, the way it sets up is the same. So yeah, really good tent. The weight comes in at about 2 pounds and 8 ounces. Packed size is 18 by 18 by 6, I believe, or 18 by 7. And it's made out of a ripstop nylon, but I'm not going to get into all the specs. I will put them on the side of the screen right here, and you can take a little more look at the materials and stuff like that. I just really want to share my experience on it, about the tent, and why I'm moving on from it. The main reason I'm moving on from it is because it's not a freestanding tent. It is a semi-freestanding tent. So before we get into all that though, let's talk about the things I like and the things I don't like, and then we'll talk about why I'm going to move on from it a little more in detail. Okay guys, what I really like about the tent is the weight. It's very light. At 2 pounds 8 ounces with the poles, that's a very light tent. So hence the ultralight classification. If you take the poles out of the bag and pack them separately, it packs down really small. Love that aspect of it. You can't really beat that at all. It's kind of the reason I moved on from the other tents. When I started out, I had the North Face Stormbreak 1, and really good tent, but reason I moved on from it is because one-man tents are just too small. Really, two-man tents are actually just a roomy one-man tent in most people's opinion. So I really just needed more room to bring important stuff like electronics and that into my tent with me, so I didn't have to worry about anybody stealing them or the weather or anything like that. So after that, I did get a woods tent, just a horrible tent. I'll put a picture of it right now. Just awful. I don't recommend it to anybody. I looked on Canadian Tire website, which is where I got it, Canadian Tire in Canada, thinking they might not sell it anymore because it's so horrible, but they do. So stay away from the Woods Pinnacle 2 tent. Just a tedious tent to set out. It has like 18 stakeout points on it. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, moved on from that. After that, I got a Eureka Midori 1. Yeah, again, I did get the 1, and I thought it would be adequate because it had the bigger vestibules, but again, I just needed more space inside. So after that, I moved on to the Eureka Midori 2. Excellent tents. Unfortunately, Eureka is out of business now, but really bang for buck. Excellent freestanding tent. If you can get your hands on one, used or new, I really recommend it. I did sell my 2-man tent. I still have the 1-man tent here, and really, honestly, they are great tents for under $200 for the 1-man tent. So just really good tents. Why did I move on from that tent if it's so good? Well, to be honest with you, I just really always wanted the Big Agnes branded tent or tents like that. The main reason I wanted to move on from the Eureka tent is mainly because of the size. As you will see, I'll show you guys. So, Big Agnes tent and Eureka tent. As you can see, just much smaller. If you could feel it, the weight is much less weight. But yeah, that is the main thing, the size and the weight. And that's, you know, I'm not a weight weenie, but when you got all this stuff on the bike, when you can cut some weight, it's always beneficial to do so. So yeah, like I said, it's mainly the size and the weight that made me want to move on from the Midori. So really good tent. I put it through its paces, the Eureka, and it really held up in rain, wind, and all that. The Eureka didn't do, the Big Agnes did not do so good in wind, and especially with that semi-freestanding aspect of it and the way that it pegs out at the foot of the tent, it just isn't convenient and at all good in high winds. So just thought I'd mention that. And so just to continue with the positives about the Big Agnes tent, I really like the tent body. On those really hot summer days, You can leave the fly off if you know you're not going to have any rain, temperatures are right, and it's just full mesh and it's glorious. You get a light breeze on a hot summer day, it is beautiful. You can see the stars and all that, so it's wonderful for that. The other thing I really like about it too is the gear caddy. Kind of in the middle of the tent, towards the foot of the tent, it has a huge gear caddy where you can put everything, your clothes for the next day, hat, stuff, just anything you really need to get at. And yeah, so the gear caddy is great. It's just a really convenient place to keep all the stuff that you want quick access to. And then the other difference, little things like pegs. When you get the Eureka Midori, it comes with these pegs. They look substantial, but as you can see, they got a little dog leg to them, whereas the Big Agnes comes with these really, really sturdy pegs. They're really good quality aluminum. They got that kind of ridge design so they don't bend. The only thing I would say that I wish that they were is about, I don't know, about 3 inches longer. Just the ability to get them in the ground a little further on really windy days would just be a benefit. And then a little difference that with the bigger, the more established companies like Big Agnes is, even though the poles and all that are fantastic, they can break. So they do send a little pole split with it. So if you get a break, you can just slide this onto the pole and it will add some stability to it. Just the little things like that that a company like Big Agnes can do. Another thing you really notice with the better tents is the poles. The poles are so light on this, they really lock in nice, really good pole set. I think that's where you kind of see the difference in the better tents is in the poles, the pegs, zippers, little things like that. But yeah, really nice, really light poles that come with the Big Agnes tent. And like I said, if you got the bikepacking version, it would come with the short sticks and they would be much shorter, easier to put in bags. My tent will be going, of course, in my Sodero bag, and at 13 inches it fits in perfectly. I can get my chair in there. I can also get the ground sheet and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely. The cat just came down. So yeah, all that stuff will go in my Sodero bag, and it will fit perfectly in there. All the ground sheet, the pegs, the tent itself, my pillow, all that. So the cat just came down, guys. You want to see the cat? Come here, baby. Come here. This is the house cat, guys. This is Baby, so I just thought I'd introduce her. She's going to be squawking a bit. She's looking for some treats, so. Okay, let's talk about the cons and really the deal breakers for me. One is that the fly, when it gets wet, it takes forever to dry, and that's really important. The more you have to put away your tent wet, the more it's going to take on odor. So yeah, it took forever when it got wet to dry. Normally, if it gets wet and you have to pack up, you could stop on a break and hang it out, and 20-30 minutes, your fly should dry. But it took forever. In fact, one time I had it wet for like 3 days, and finally I got to a bed and breakfast, and they were nice enough to let me hang it in the garage and put a heater blowing on it, and then it finally did dry. So that's a pretty big deal. It's made out of a ripstop nylon. It seemed to take forever to dry. I noticed that they've changed the fly material on the 2026 tents. Haven't had a chance to look into it, but I have a feeling that's why. So anyways, but the really big thing for me is that it's not freestanding. And as you'll see in this picture, it uses a really weird system to tie out the tent at the foot of the tent. And what I've noticed when it gets windy out is that it doesn't want to stay attached to the peg. So when that top one comes off, the tent loses its structure, and then it ends up coming in a bit, and anything it touches gets wet. And just as importantly, when you try to open the doors, you have to use 2 hands because there's not enough structure to the tent. So pretty big deal. And why I'm moving on to this tent that I will talk about. Other little things too, and I've noticed this on other tents, not just the Big Agnes. When you want to roll up the door to kind of tie it off to get in and out of the tent easier, they use toggles. Absolutely hate toggles, cannot stand them. If you forget to undo them when you're in the tent. So yeah, if you want to, close the door when you're inside the tent, say you forget to undo it, it's a pain in the butt, and especially for me since I had my lawnmower accident. If you don't know, don't ask, just stupidity. But yeah, I don't have much feeling in the tips of my middle finger and my index finger on the right hand. So little things like that. The tent I want to get going forward has magnets, and by all accounts they work great. I thought that from the beginning. Why wouldn't they just put magnets on it or Velcro or something instead of these tedious toggles? So yeah, just that's not a deal breaker. I put up with that with all the tents, but I just thought I would mention it. Okay guys, so yeah, I mean, that's exactly why I'm moving on from the tent. Little things, other things too, like when that fly does get really wet, the flap that covers the zippers gets caught in it all the time when you're trying to close it from inside the tent or even outside. So you got to hold it, pull the fabric out and close it. And that sucks. If it's pouring rain out, you need to get that door closed really quick, right? So I just thought I'd mention that. Just little things. It's fine when it's dry, but when it gets wet, it's just terrible. The tent does have 2 huge vestibules, which is a huge bonus, though I should have mentioned that in the pros. But yeah, the vestibules are very generous and work really well. Okay guys, so I've mentioned a couple times that I'm gonna be moving on to a new tent, and I will be getting the Durston X-Dome 2. I'm not going to get into all the details, I just want to mention it. It looks really good. It addresses the concerns I have with the Big Agnes. It's freestanding and it has the magnets for the vestibule doors instead of toggles, stuff like that. So, and right now, with what's going on, it's a Canadian company. I'm not political in any way, but right now ordering from the States is really cost prohibitive for Canadians because of these crazy import fees, duty fees, and all that. So yeah, just being a Canadian company is kind of nice in the present climate, right? So stay tuned for that. The Durston X-Dome 2, really looking forward to this tent. By all accounts, it's a game changer in the world of tents. All the little things that we all talk about with the tents that are little nitpicky things, they've addressed, and it seems to just really be a great tent. And it does come with the short poles as well. So really looking forward to getting that. Hopefully get that sometime in early spring. It's not available right now anyways, it's sold out. That's how popular it is. So yeah, stay tuned for the Durston X-Dome 2. But like I said guys, the Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL2 is a really good tent. Don't get me wrong about that. Just know that it's a semi-freestanding tent. And I think depending where you live, that could not be an issue at all, right? But for me, just thinking about the Great Divide mountain bike route and sometimes being in really rocky situations where I might not be able to peg out the tent to guy it out, that's where that would be a real downfall. So like I said, I kind of knew that going in, but I just, at the price, I thought it'd be worth trying. So I will be selling the Big Agnes going forward. And I'll let you guys know if anybody's interested in the Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL2. Even though I said I'm moving on for it, it is a good tent. So if you don't mind a semi-freestanding tent, it is for sale. So just contact me if you're interested. We'll talk about the price and all that. I will give you a really good deal, of course. So anyways, guys, just wanted to come out, talk to you guys about everything that's happening, all that stuff. Just prepping this year for the Great Divide mountain bike route. I will be doing the log drivers once again in the spring, but I'll be doing it with the whole gang of guys. We'll be covering some of the sections that I missed, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, really 2026 is all about the Great Divide mountain bike route, prepping for that, saving up for that. So on that note, if anybody would like to contribute to the Great Divide mountain bike route fund and just help me out with the cost of doing it, stuff like that, you can see in the descriptions that there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. There's my email address if you'd like to send an e-transfer. And also want to mention, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would check out the channel memberships. I'd really like to see that grow the community, and to the point where maybe we could start doing some meetups, stuff like that, giveaways, all that really good stuff, guys. So all that really good stuff, guys. So yeah, if you're interested, check out the join button, and it'll kind of tell you where to go from that, what to do from there. There's different levels that you can get in on it. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate it if you could check that out, but really just watching the videos and all that stuff really helps out as well. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there might be a fat biking trip up north with my buddy Reinhardt this winter. It's all going to depend on how winter plays out. If we get a winter where we can go out and have some fun, where it's cold enough, there's enough snow and stuff like that, and we can make everything line up with me going up there, then it is going to happen. So if that does happen, of course, there'll be videos made and all that good stuff. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone's staying active this winter and finding something to do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.